Hi guys, how are you? How are things going? Long time no see. If you're new to my channel, my name is Alacia and welcome to the Sea Life 6. Hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe notification button if you're new here so you can get notified every time a new video comes out. Okay? Okay, just do it. Okay, as you can see, my background's changed. Yay! So the house situation is finally over. Again, if you follow me on any kind of social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, you kind of already knew that. If not, look down in the description box. You can hit me up on Instagram, on Facebook, all them pretty little platforms, and follow my life on the daily, or our life on the daily. Not just me, my kids, my husband. He's in there sometimes, you know, when the Navy wants to let him come home and see me and his children and the people that we made together. And by the way, I made a Facebook post a while ago and somebody was like deep searching me, man. They had been scrolling through some pictures and they found a comment that I put on saying like, oh, my husband's mistress finally let him go, and they were really concerned about it. If you ever hear me talk about my husband's mistress, I'm completely talking about the boat, that like the submarine my husband's on. I call that his mistress because she always seems to have him, always has his attention. The poor wife over here is just slaving away. His mistress always has him. So no, my husband doesn't really have a mistress. Like, I was talking about the boat. Sorry if I confused anybody on that. My bad. Right now, what am I doing? I'm putting Instapot hard-boiled eggs into the water to cool off. That's what I'm doing. So yes, guys, it's done. It's over with. I'm so excited for this next journey of our life. That house, woo! It's done, you guys, and I feel so much better having that out of our life. And I'm sad that we left the people that we left. Like I made some good friends while I was in Connecticut, and I'm sad to leave them. But I'm not sad to be out of the house that we were renting. If you know about the house situation, we rented a house. If not, I'm gonna tell you real quick. We'll synapse it real quick. We rented out a house about 2 years ago to get out of base housing, and it was just we thought it was gonna be all the things that we ever wanted and grand and life was great and all that stuff, and it started out really good and it went downhill really fast. Not only because of the property management company that was in charge of the house, but also because of the landlords themselves. Now, I still haven't made the tea video, the spilling the tea video about everything that happened with that house. Like I said, Connecticut state law says that the property management company can hold our deposit for 30 days to, you know, verify that everything was fine, we did everything we needed to before moving out, and if any damages or anything happened, that they can take it out of our deposit. But I have on video the landlord stating that nothing was wrong with the house and everything was fine. So we should be getting our full deposit back. Guess mama did. Put it on video. Yes, I did. So we're just waiting for that. And once we get our money back, once we have our money in hand, I will make the video. Now, I do want to say, I'm not going to come on this video and, you know, F this, F that. Like, I'm just going to explain to you guys why it was such a horrible situation for the last 2 years. I'm not going to just come on here and, like, start cussing these people out. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to tell you my experience with this particular property management company and why I feel like they need to kind of have a call out happen. So just wait for that video. But right now, like I said, I'm scooping out eggs, putting them in cold water, and let's get on to what you were really here to watch this video about. How did moving day go? So I know a lot of you also have asked me why I did not vlog the packing and moving. I did ask the packers and movers if I could video record, and they did decline to be on camera. So I'm not going to go against someone's wishes and decline, you know, put them on camera and they don't want to be on camera, which is why I did not video record all that process. So we got to respect people and their boundaries. They did not want to be on camera, so I did not record it. So I'm just going to talk to you about what happened. Again, my packers, phenomenal. There were a couple of things that we found last minute, like when I was moving out, they skipped one cabinet. Thankfully, it only had like coffee cups in it, so it wasn't anything crazy. The movers themselves, 5 gentlemen came on top of the driver. And they were great, you guys. They were really, really great. They busted butt. I mean, they had a lot of stuff they had to move. You never really realize how much stuff you have until you have to move. And then you're like, where did all the stuff come from? I've downsized. I took 12 truck beds, like a regular Chevy size truck beds, 12 truck beds to the dump of things that could not be donated and could not be recycled. I took 4 loads to donation centers, and there was 3 different loads that I dropped off to people. We had a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know how when we moved that by ourselves, like 2 years prior. It was just crazy how much stuff we've accumulated. I mean, you just accumulate stuff in your life when you're like, when you don't really move all the time, you don't really see how much stuff you accumulate. And it's like, why do we have that? I haven't seen that in 2 years. Let's get rid of it. I don't need that. So there was a lot of donating, a lot of just giving away, a lot of recycling if we could, and then just, you know, trashing and things that could not be saved. So yeah, that was just seeing how much stuff we still had even after doing all of that. So the movers came, and it was just, they did a great job. They did have to do what's called a shuttle bus. Okay, sorry, I'm like looking up because I'm thinking, I'm like, where's my train of thought going? They had to do what's called a shuttle bus because how steep our driveway was. Our driveway was literally like this. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a really steep incline. They couldn't get the length of truck. We needed the longest size truck available up the driveway without the truck kind of leaning forward. And they didn't want to take a chance, even if they put blocks in it so it wouldn't roll, that our stuff wouldn't move forward and crush anything. Obviously, we don't want that happening. So they had to get a kind of smaller truck. It wasn't the smallest, I'm gonna say it was a mid-sized truck, to come up to the top. They loaded that up. Now, the one thing that I don't understand, and it is what it is, they were supposed to bring the trailer truck to the bottom of our driveway in the road and just shuttle it down. Apparently, they couldn't find another driver who could drive for that size vehicle, so they had to take it all the way to the warehouse, which is about 25 minutes away. So they loaded up a truck, took it all the way to the warehouse, came back, loaded up the truck again, took it all the way to the warehouse. This happened 3 times. And then they still had a few things and like that they were done working for the day. And it was hot, you guys. Oh my gosh, it was 90-some degrees and 100% humidity. It was stifling hot. And I have just tiny AC units in that house, and they, like window units, because it doesn't have central AC in that house, and they were not keeping up. We were all sweating. Me and my friend Crystal, who had been helping me, and the 5 guys and the driver, we were just all just coated in sweat. It was crazy, but they worked their butts off. I have to say, they packaged things up, they padded things. I was so extremely happy with that. Now, the one thing that we were upset with, I say were because I emailed my husband, and obviously he was upset even though he wasn't there at the time. They were supposed to bring what's called crates, which is like just wooden crates to box things up that needed extra support. My husband has a glass 55-gallon fish tank, which he was in the middle of converting into a, not a guana tank, but we're getting a bearded dragon at some point. My husband has been doing research for like 7 months right now. He's been doing anything and everything he possibly can, making a lot of stuff from hand so he could finally get a bearded dragon, something he's been wanting for a long time, when he comes on to shore duty. So that gallon fish tank is something that's gonna break really easily if it gets packed on wrong. So they had to get a wooden crate to put it inside. Well, when they showed up, they didn't have the wooden crate, and the driver told me, he's like, hey, look, like, they told me you guys were not authorized wooden crates. And I'm like, no, that's not right. And they were also supposed to be crating up our purple mattress. If you have any kind of Sleep Number, purple mattress, any kind of these high-end mattresses, they cannot be rolled up, they cannot be folded. They have to be transported laying flat once they are opened from their compact sealed like packaging that they're in. It's on the manufacturer warranty. If you do something like that and it destroys the bed, like you've null and voided the warranty. So I've made that perfectly clear when I talk to them multiple times. I'm like, look, we have a purple mattress. We spent a lot of money on this mattress. It can only be transported a certain way. They're like, okay, cool, we need to crate it. Well, apparently they're saying they didn't get authorization to crate it. Don't know how, but they're saying that. I wound up calling the transport company to figure out what was going on, because I was like, you guys don't worry about that. I'll call the company. You guys just start loading. I didn't want them wasting time trying to figure out the crazy situation. So I talked to the tier 1 transport company, and they said, no, I'm looking at it right now. It is authorized. And I said, well, what do you guys want to do? They're here, they're loading. What are you guys gonna do? So because they already had to take everything off the shuttle and put it onto the bigger Mac Daddy truck that they had, basically what they did is they built the crates at the dispatch office where everything was being like redone. And so they say it was recrated, it was crated, just the fish tank at the dispatch office. Now, they did say that they didn't see where it was authorized for the purple mattress, but my driver, who again was amazing, told me, he's like, don't worry about it. He's like, you know, I bought those sleeves for the mattress already. We put it in a double like cardboard box to protect it and taped it up even further. But he said, you know, I'm gonna make a shelf kind of in the trailer to where I'll put it on top and it lays flat. He's like, I promise you I won't fold it. I mean, I appreciate that with them, but I kind of had to already go and like say something to the other guys, because there was 2 times I came upstairs, and because they were trying to move things out of the way and it's really heavy, they kept pushing it over, and it was it started to fold. I'm like, you guys, you cannot let this fold in half. You have to have it lay flat. So it was a little bit frustrating with that, you know, just when you spend money on stuff like that, you want it to be nice and protected, and you don't want to like lose it. So that was pretty much the only hiccups we had with moving. Like, that was it. They had to come back the following day after loading everything for the 3rd time, because they had to pick up the mattress last and a couple other things. So the following morning, they came back at 9 a.m., picked up the mattress and the other things, and they were off, and everything was good and dandy. And we wound up cleaning up the house a little bit, getting rid of the last few things I didn't want them to take that I was giving to people and getting out of the house. And then my friend left for the night. We were so exhausted. We were there like in this heat every single day. We weren't just sitting around, we were helping with them, we were doing things. So we were exhausted. We went home, we showered, and we chilled for the rest of the night. Now comes the following thing. And you know, nothing ever happens easy. I had decided that like after all of the moving stuff, that not just me, my husband decided with me, I can't just say myself. After talking to my husband, we agreed that like, look, just hire a cleaning company, because you know, you've done so much by yourself. Like him telling me, you've done so much by yourself because I haven't been home. Like, just hire a cleaning company. I don't want you stressing yourself out anymore, and just get it done and over with. So I did. I wound up hiring somebody, and it's one of those things where it's like, I should have just did it myself. I would have wasted way less time, because the cleaning company came in, and at first glance, once they came in with, the cleaning company came in with 3 people and was there at 8 o'clock in the morning. They told me they were gonna be there at 7. She woke up late, whatever, so she didn't get there till 8. Okay, cool, fine. They got there and it was 3 people, and I was like, okay, cool. She's like, we'll be done by lunch. Oh, awesome. I mean, here's the thing. My house isn't dirty. Now, if you saw kind of pictures that I posted, like, there's some things I just didn't do this last month. Like, I wasn't concerned about dusting ceiling fans because I knew I was going to be having a cleaning company come in. I was more concerned with doing other things than just the daily, like, me cleaning all the time. I'm like, you know what? Cleaning company's gonna come in. They're gonna do that. That's what I'm paying them for. So they came in, and again, at first glance, the house smelled clean. Like, the kitchen at first glance looked good. I was on the phone with my mom at the time talking to her about some personal stuff, and I couldn't get off the phone with her right that second because I really needed to finish talking to her. And I said, hey, thank you. Like, I'm looking around real quick. House, oh, it looks good. Yeah. And I had put the money on the counter and said everything was fine. She told me she was loading up, and I started to walk around the house. And the next thing I knew, when I came back downstairs, they were gone. Well, shouldn't have put the money down on the counter, because why? There was a whole lot of things that were not cleaned. And that just makes me want to lose my mind. Like, the baseboards, I mean, you ran your finger across, and it's like, come on, guys. Like, we had sanded the walls. We had puttied holes. We had sanded the walls because we didn't want to have them try to charge an arm and a leg for labor for us, for them to do it, for like the property management company to do it. So my husband and I did it ourselves. We sanded the walls down. So there was dust and everything that had to get like cleaned off the baseboards. I went into one of the bathrooms, and the toilets weren't, like, the toilet you could tell wasn't clean, and I'm like, are you serious? So I started blowing up this lady's phone, and I'm, you know, telling her, I'm like, you need to get back here right now, give me my money back. And I'm sending her videos and pictures and videos and pictures, and she and I start arguing back and forth, and I said, I don't understand how, and I was like, literally at this point, I did not understand what she cleaned, because I found when I opened the cabinets, the bottom of cabinets weren't wiped down. There were some cabinets that weren't wiped down completely, like the door handles for my kids, from them running in and out and playing. Again, I had not been cleaning in the month that I had been home. I had not been like wiping everything down. Normally, if you've seen my other videos, I have a cleaning routine, but because I had so much to do with moving every single day on top of trying to entertain my children and keep them out of trouble and do the mom thing, plus go through them, it was a lot. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about it because I'm hiring a cleaning company. That's the whole reason I'm paying them almost $300 to do a move out clean. So I'm walking around, and the more I'm walking around, the more, and though, it made me think of my junior sailors when I used to be in the Navy, because my nickname was Pikachu, because I can, lightning shooting, when I get mad, you guys, like, because of just like, I can get into being a little crazy, okay? I can definitely be a little Pikachu with lightning shooting out. It's something that I've been working on personally, but when I get hot, I get hot. It's a fault of mine. I know it's a fault of mine. It's something that I'm just like, hey, it's me, and I'm dealing with it, and this is life, okay? I know I'm like this, it's okay. But I don't do it unless it's warranted, and this was warranted, and I was hot. I mean, I just don't know what I paid them $300 for. And I'm just looking around, and I'm like opening things up. The oven, now when I walked in, she was in the oven wiping it out. And I'm like, okay, cool, she's finishing up the oven, no problem. I open up the oven, there's still stuff on the bottom of the oven. And I'm like, are you guys serious right now? Are you serious? And we're going back and forth, and then she tried to tell me, oh, well, walls aren't included in move out cleans. You guys, I have moved so many times, it's not even funny. And I said, well, why did you not tell me? Like, she started listing off all the stuff that was not included in the move out clean. I said, so what was included with the move out clean? Because you didn't even vacuum. That's the part that kills me. When I'm still finding stuff on the floor from when they're moving out, that's not a move out clean. Are you kidding me? You didn't even vacuum the floor. How is that not a part of a move out clean? My kids are downstairs being crazy, playing in the garage because we got hurricane going on right now. But it was just blowing my mind. And I wasn't cussing her out. I was just being very firm with her. I said, you have one or two choices, because she refused to come back and she refused to give my money back. I said, okay, you have one or two choices. You can come back and do the job that I told you that I wanted done and we agreed upon with talking, or I can start putting all of these pictures on social media and all of these videos that I'm taking on social media, and you can have at it with your business. I paid you for a service. You need to come do that service. Like, if you paid me to come do something and I didn't do it, would you not want your money back? People just blow my mind with that. Like, you can't do a half-butt job and expect to just get the amount of money that you wanted, because we were there for, she's like, well, we were there all morning. And I said, one, you showed up an hour late. Two, that's great that you were here all morning. You could have been, I'm like, you look like you were standing around all morning, because it sure didn't clean anything. Regardless, she did agree to come back, and I went to the house. My friend drove me to the house, because you guys, I was so exhausted. Like, I looked really bad. Like, I had been running on 3 hours of sleep, you know, from just doing so much trying to, you know, move out of this house. And I'm telling you right now, like, if it wasn't for my friend Crystal helping me do some of the things that she did, I would not have been able to have pulled this off by myself and been out of the house by Friday. So thank you, Crystal. I appreciate you, and I don't think I'll ever be able to pay you back with that, because you really did help me. So we went back, and I saw that she was there, and I was gonna go into the house and start. And I told my friend, I was like, you know what? With the mindset I'm in right now, she's here, she's cleaning. Let her do her thing, because she had stopped communicating. She had stopped answering me. When she said she was on her way back, I said, I just want to go to the house and see if she's actually there. So when I did, we backed out of the driveway. We went and we did something else. I said, let me give her the time to fix it, like she said finally she was gonna fix it. So we came back later, and there were some very minor things that were still just, I'm like, whatever at this point. She refused to clean the walls down, so I wound up having to wipe, Crystal and I had to wipe the walls down. She said that's absolutely something that she doesn't do on a move out clean. So whatever with that. But you know what, the other things that were major, like the ceiling fan, the oven, I mean the cabinets that, you know, the inside of the cabinets, those things were done. So, you know, take what I can get at that point, right? I mean, she already had the money. She came back, she did the service. It is what it is. We got it situated. And then the next day we went and Crystal came with me. We did the walkthrough of the house and the property manager said everything was like, he was surprised. He's like, oh, I can't believe you puttied the hole and did this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, of course I'm gonna do all this stuff because I'm not trying to have you guys charge me $100 an hour for labor, because that's something that I've heard this company does when people move out. They charge a ridiculous amount for labor to do things that they said that they will do upon moving out. So it is what it is. And then I, you know, got in the car, drove back down here, and I'm back with my kids. I really miss my babies. I know, like, they can drive me up a wall. Oh, I know they were driving my mother up a wall. 4 boys, not for the faint of heart, I tell you. But I miss them so much, and oh, they were so cuddly when I came back. So yeah, that was it. The move out went smoothly. I will say the only thing yesterday that gave me like a scare was I got a call from the transportation company yesterday, and it was Erica, and she's like, hi, this is Erica from transportation. I was just calling to see how your drop off of your delivery, your delivery drop off went for your household goods. I was like, delivery drop off? What delivery drop off? She's like, your household goods got dropped off yesterday. And I looked at my mom and I was like, no, they sure didn't. They don't get dropped off until the 19th of August, but they go into storage. And she said, I don't see anything in here for storage. Meanwhile, now my heart's like, I was like, no, it went too smoothly. It went too smoothly. This can't happen, of course. And she's like, no, I don't see anything. Yes, ma'am, yes. And I was, you know what I'm saying? Yes, ma'am. Like, I'm not saying it like as derogatory. I'm just trying to refrain myself and be respectful. So, yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Yes, in fact, it was scheduled for storage on 19th, and I pulled up the paperwork on my email. I said, I'm looking at the paperwork right now. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna have to call you back because I don't know what's going on. So then, of course, you know, my family's laughing. They're like, of course this happens. Like, oh, you're gonna get to buy a whole new house. I'm freaking out because I'm like, no, like, yeah, great, the money, like, I could upgrade furniture for some things, but my pictures, all of my stuff in the last 13 years, like, this can't get lost. So about 10 minutes later, she calls back and she goes, hi, it's Erica. I was like, hi, Erica. She's like, just want to let you know, everything's fine. The storage company just didn't send their paperwork saying that they had received it because it was the weekend that it was dropped off. She's like, I'm so sorry for the minor heart attack you gave me. And I said, Erica, minor? That was not minor. I said, that was the whole, I was like, you're talking about my whole house. You just lost the whole entire house. Relaxing, finally. I do have to go back up to Connecticut a couple more times. My husband does not officially get off the boat now until December because of his relief, the person that's taking over for him. So he's supposed to be coming off in October, but he's not coming off till December now. But that is what it is. We have, you know, we couldn't just stay in Connecticut without a house, so kind of have to just do what we gotta do, right? The life. But that'll be a great Christmas present for the boys. We did not tell the boys that, like, he was coming off the boat, hopefully by Christmas. I don't want to get our hopes up in case something happens. But that'll be a good Christmas present, though, if that winds up happening. Yay! So, you know, when my husband is home, we're definitely gonna go up there. We're gonna visit and, you know, all that stuff. And yeah, so that was moving. That was it in a nutshell. It was tiring. It was exhausting. I mean, we still haven't moved into the new house. Oh God. It's like only half of this is over. I keep forgetting that we're only at the halfway mark. Like, that house is packed up, cleaned up, nothing in it, turned it back over. But now we still gotta go and get the new house. We go and sign the lease on August 18th. And then moving in starts all over again. So I will, however, be taking a tour video for the house that we are getting. So I'm so excited about that. And then depending on whether the company that moves us in, because different company allows us to video record, I might be able to video record them dropping stuff off. If not, again, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not gonna video record people that are asking me not to. That's illegal. So, but thanks for chatting with me about how the move out process was. It was great. It was fantastic. A little bit of like laughter, a little bit of just, you know, straight up moments. And yeah, I'm so excited to like be just done and over with that, you guys. My stress was here, it is now here, and it's a relaxing time. I'm pretty sure I could sleep for a year at this point and I'd still be tired.